All right, we got Bitcoin, our old friend Bitcoin, coming in at 35,655. Not too shabby, guys. Bitcoin has been on an absolute roll, as well as most of your favorite altcoins. BNB 247, XRP just under 70 cents. XRP has been absolutely killing it. We went to like 72 cents, then we were traced down to like 67 cents. Now we're back to 69 cents. I don't know what's going to happen. I think we're probably at least going to hang out above 60 cents. I would guess, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a retracement. Salana got a little bit of a pump from $41 to $43 over the last couple of weeks. Cardano's still hanging out about 35, 36 cents. And what else we got? VeChain's up a little bit. I noticed that Theta, our old friend Theta, is back up to almost 90 cents. So basically, Theta was like 67 cents 2 weeks ago. Now we're almost up to 90 cents. Guys, Theta is like number 53 now. What did I tell you guys last video I made? I said every bear market, or at least bear market, whatever Theta does in the bear market, it gets off the top 50. It goes down to like 65. It was like number 60 last week. It was 55 2 days ago. Now it's 53. So essentially, all Theta has to do right now is go above Neo and Mana, and it's back on the first page of Live Coin Watch. It's like, guys, the cream rises to the top. So that's why I've been telling you guys buy Theta. I think 88 cents is still a good deal for Theta. 67 cents was better, but I'll be honest with you guys, most of my Theta buys are actually around where it is right now, at least over the last 2 years. When I first got into Theta, like 4 or 5 years ago, I got a bunch of buys at like 5 or 10 cents, but really what I bought a lot of Theta last year at like 80 cents, 85 cents. So we're coming back up to my at least recent buy levels. I did buy some Theta at like 68 cents as well. All right, what else do we got going on today? What do we got? Some Cardano news. Cardano upgrade delays tied to measured academic approach. Cardano founder CEO Frederick Gararar told Cointelegraph that the piece of research that the network has spent years of doing and implementing are already being used by some of the fast-moving blockchain platforms. Cardano has come under fire from critics for delays in the rollout of features and network upgrades. This slower-paced Candace, however, appears to be a badge of honor to Cardano's founder, CEO Frederick, who said that the network is boring considering the platform's academic approach. And that's why a lot of scammers aren't in Cardano. Cardano is an academic blockchain. That's why I like it. It wasn't created by a used car salesman whose main goal is just a short-term pump the price and then the whole thing crashes. I just don't got time for that shit anymore. I don't have time for pump and dumpers anymore. And that's why I like Cardano. That's why I don't like Salana. Cardano is boring. We are boring because we are based on academic peer-reviewed papers. We are sharing that across the globe. Gerard told Cointelegraph on the sidelines of the recent Cardano summit in Dubai, which I think is just finished up. If they take some of the core principles we've researched and invented, this is good for the earth and humanity as large because this makes more resilient, more adaptable blockchains around the world. Yeah, I mean, that's really the main criticize. I know a lot of people like to do hit pieces on Cardano. Oh, it's boring. They're too slow. They have delays. I just ignore it all. They were saying the same shit 4 or 5 years ago or 6 years ago when I first got into Cardano. Everybody was shitting on it. I was buying it, and I ended up paying off my house with it. So, sometime in life, it benefits you to do the exact opposite of everybody else. If everybody's getting into Salana, when I see everybody running into Salana and all the influencers talking about Salana, you'll see me running away from Salana. In fact, if there weren't so many scammers in Salana, it'd probably be a good blockchain to like tinker around with. But like I said, I just don't have time for these scams anymore. I've just learned too much in crypto. This is an interesting article I found. I think I said this in a video like a week ago. I predict Cardano's price will probably be like 50, 60 cents by the end of the year. That's what I was hoping for. ChatGPT predicts price of Cardano for the start of 2024. With Cardano rising 40% in a year and more than 30% in October alone, investors are again wondering if the cryptocurrency might reach $1 before the year is out. ChatBTC weighs in on Cardano. GPT considers there are 3 likely price targets for Cardano at the start of 24. The bullish scenario would see Cardano greet the new year between 50 and $1. That's where I think we're going to be, between 50 and 60 cents. I mean, if we could get to $1, but I mean, we could get to $1. I try not to be too overly like optimistic when I make these YouTube videos, so I don't look like too much of a douchebag if things don't play out. And the AI believes this outcome is neither particularly probable nor particularly improbable. A bearish scenario explained by the machine the result of a possibility of regulatory crackdown, major technical problems, or a scandal could see Cardano between 15 and 25 cents. Cardano is not going down to 15 cents. If Bitcoin retraces back down to $20,000, Cardano is going back down to 25 cents. It's not going to 15 cents. I mean, Cardano didn't even go to 15 cents when FTX crashed last year and Bitcoin went down to $15,000. So I don't know. This is like the dumbest news article I've ever seen, to be honest with you. I'm not even sure why I read it. I mean, what kind of prediction is it? So this is state-of-the-art computers is predicting that Cardano essentially could be anywhere between 15 cents and $1 by the end of the year. Man, what a horrible article. But anyway, I think we're going to be between 50 and 60 cents. And of course, we've been talking about Vulcan Forge, PYR. Since I basically started talking about Vulcan Forge again about 2 weeks ago, Vulcan Forge has essentially doubled in price. So, you know, guys, sometimes you can just feel it. You can feel the sentiment turning. And once the sentiment turns in the cryptocurrency market, the altcoins that got hit the hardest, the smaller cap altcoins absolutely go crazy. And that's what you're seeing with Vulcan Forge. Almost $6 for Vulcan Forge, which is essentially double. I think it was like $2.70. It's actually more than double from when we first talked about it. Extremely volatile, but I don't even know. I mean, I guess it's still probably a decent buy to get into, but I don't recommend buying something that just pumped 100% in 2 weeks. So maybe wait for a pullback back to $4, but we might not get a pullback back to $4. We could be at $8 next week. In fact, I don't even know. If you missed out buying Vulcan Forge at $2.50 or $3.50, I don't know. I mean, I still think Vulcan Forge is going to be like $50 by 2025, but it's hard to recommend me to buy something that just pumped 100%. All right. And of course, one way you can always tell is by the Twitter. You know, Vulcan Forge, even throughout the bear market, their Twitter was like rolling. You know, they're at least doing 1 or 2 posts a day, doing airdrops. They have all these new games coming out. They're working on AI. There's just so much going on for Vulcan Forge. I think between $50 and $100 going into 2025, so things are looking good there. MicroStrategy has been absolutely killing it. MicroStrategy is like even better than buying Bitcoin. In fact, I would actually just recommend buying MicroStrategy over Bitcoin, but it's already pumped so much. MicroStrategy is over 2x from where we were recommending it this time last year. And I just want to finish up talking about Salana a little bit. You know, I know a lot of people are making a lot of money on Salana. It's pumped a lot. Great, great, great. I still think it's a scam. Number one, Sam Bankman-Fried token. Here's an article I found from yesterday. When Salana was pretty much dropping down to like $40, it wasn't pumping with like a bunch of other coins. That's because, here's the article. Salana drops 5% as FTX estate transfers tokens to Binance. So you have to remember, like, Sam Bankman-Fried was one of the biggest pumpers of Salana. He was a major whale in Salana. So essentially, $30 million of Salana was transferred to the exchange. Actually, 102 million. So at any moment, like, a large amount of Salana could be dumped on you. The FTX estate moved 750,000 in Salana, worth about 30 million, to crypto exchange Binance and Kraken on Monday, which was 2 days ago. The first step ahead of a possible sale driving the price down 5%. It's going to go down more than 5% if they start dumping all those coins. So essentially, the FTX liquidators have to sell basically everything. If they want to pay people back, they're going to have to sell it. And at some point, they're going to sell it. Whatever price that is, you know, they're not stupid over there, the liquidators. There's a certain price they have in their head where they want to start dumping all of their Solana. It could be $50, it could be $40, it could be who freaking knows. But one day, you're going to wake up and it's going to be like, why is Solana down 50, 60%? Which will probably cascade an even bigger sell-off when stop losses get hit and all the big whales and venture capital start selling as well. It's going to be nasty. So The way I look at Solana is like a game of musical chairs. Like you can make money on it, but eventually you're going to be left holding the bag. And most people just aren't lucky enough. They're not smart enough to be able to get out of Solana at the right time. Is what it comes down to. A lot of people getting into Solana right now are thinking it's going to go back to $200. They're listening to Crypto Ran Nooner, BitBoy, all the shillers out right now talking about Solana. And they don't want to sell their Solana until it hits $200 again. And unfortunately, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think eventually all the whales and venture capitalists, I think they all are in cahoots to sell their Solana at a certain price. I mean, I guarantee you the FTX liquidator has a certain price in his head. I mean, put yourself in his shoes. For every coin that they hold, they have a certain price in their head, Bitcoin, whatever, that they're going to dump when it hits that price. And maybe they've already sold some Solana, but Solana is going to get to a certain price where it just all gets liquidated to sell. And I think that's going to be really bad news. And I think a lot of people are going to be left holding the bag. I mean, like I said, Solana is the biggest venture capital, the biggest scammer in history was the biggest manipulator of Solana. Like, why in God's name would you want anything to do with that garbage? All right, guys, other than that, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.